Hello and welcome back. My name is Rebekah Victoria and today I'm going to be working on some paintings here. I wanted to work on this one a little, but I was working on it yesterday and so it's quite wet. So I'm going to throw some paint on these. I'm not really sure what my plan is yet. I'm just going to let my intuition take me where it goes, and I think I'm going to work on them together kind of as a whole landscape. They may not end up being an artwork together, but I think it would look nice for them to be a cohesive set together. So that's my plan. I'm going to set a timer for my time blocking. I think I'm going to set 20 minutes and then I will set another one when I have 10 minutes left. So we will see how that goes. The colors that I have on the palette already are just what I had left over from yesterday. They're these beautiful yellow tones. So I've got just white, I've got lemon yellow, what's that called? Yellow ochre, raw sienna, and burnt umber. I think I'm going to work with green tones on here. So I'm going to chuck a blue out, I think, first. What blues have we got? Phthalo blue, that's probably the right one because it'll have a green undertone, or ultramarine are my two dark options. So I'm going to actually throw them both on, and we got a hair on there from the dog, and see what works. I will leave these here in case I need some more of them. I don't have any brushes out yet either. I'm going to get a bigger brush today. I want to work quite quickly, so I'll definitely need more paint than that, but we'll just start with that for now. What brushes do I want? I'm going to grab this fluffy one because she's always nice to soften some edges in. This is a nice fluffy one too, but it's almost not quite right. Okay, what do we want? This one maybe. What size is this? It is a 6 round and it is quite coarse. It is a oils brush. I'm going to just add some water into my thing here. I have everything I need. And we're going to get going. I'm going to put oil in this is linseed oil. I have it in this great little bottle here that I find very helpful. And then I have my spray bottle and my dropper bottle, both that have water in them. Whenever I need a little bit to add, it is there ready for me. So we're going to start with some yellow ochre. And which was this? The first one. Good question. This one was ultramarine. So this was the phthalo. Obviously way too much blue. We're just going to start and see what color works up. I'm going to chuck a bit of this in. More of this, more blue, and I'm working backwards and forwards to see if I can get the exact color I want. Throw a bit of everything. Oh, that's probably too much. Yeah, where's that looking? We'll put a little bit. Okay, that's actually really nice. So I always mix a small amount to figure it out, and then I'm like, damn, I should have mixed more, but that is all right. So with this one, I'm feeling that I'm going to use this quite watered down because I want that quality. I'm actually going to spray the canvas a bit. Start with that because I think that will help moisten the area for me and get it kind of flowing. How I want it. I don't really have a plan for this one. I often will meditate to figure out the plan, but I don't know, I didn't do it on this one, so we shall see what comes out. My son is sleeping right now and I have had coffee, so I was like, this is my mood. I'm going to either strike while the iron is hot or not. So I decided to come down to the studio and throw a bit of paint around for a little bit, see how it worked out, and we'll see how we go. Wow, I love painting. This is my second time in the studio this week painting, and I'm so happy that I was able to get in here this much, because that doesn't happen every week, that's for sure. So I'm just delighted that I could do that this week, because it really helps. It's really important for me to get in the studio and get some painting done, get some reps in. I just feel better about everything. It does exhaust me, but it's worth the exhaustion for the payout. So one thing I like about mixing small amounts of color is that when I mix it the next time, it's often not the same. I think it's very hard to mix the same color multiple times, but I like that variance in my artwork. I think it adds a lot more interest, and I don't want everything to look perfectly the same. So I'm actually really happy that that is how it happens, and it just works for me. So that's all you can really do, is do what works for you. We need more yellow ochre on here. Yellow ochre is my favorite color to paint with. I almost have it on every palette, I think, that I paint. My second favorite, I think, now is this lemon yellow. I think it's so beautiful. It is really changing up my colors, and I love the direction it's taking my color palette. I never had it on my palette this much before. Actually, I don't know if I've ever used it before. I don't think I had it in oils. So that's beautiful for me, and I just love the colors variance it creates in my work. It just allows me to make such different colors than I could before, and that's a great thing in your art practice, to be able to change up some tones and values. I haven't really used it too much on its own. Sometimes I use a bit of yellow ochre on its own. I did in this last painting here, just purely because it's my favorite color and I like to get it in there. But I haven't used the lemon yellow too much on its own yet, but I'm sure I will. This is a very yellow color, so I'm trying to figure out how I might create these fields here. So what I'm envisioning now is that it's a really far away landscape of these fields, and they are going to be full of color and vibrancy. I will probably work up a reference image after I've done this. Often I take a picture of the artwork and where it's at, and then I go into either my Procreate app and I draw into it, because the nice thing about that is I can erase and change things and try things, and that's very helpful for the process for me. It allows me to experiment without the pressure. Or I can go into Photoshop too. I also have that on my iPad. So when I get to that point, today I'm just going to work on these backgrounds a bit. I don't know what I was talking about. I had to change the SD card over. It was full. I'm going to put a bit more blue into these, because I think blue would be a good addition. There was quite a bit of blue in the background, and I've taken a lot of it out in the process of putting this green on top, so I'm going to add a bit more back in, I think. Kind of liked that in there. I don't want it too strong though, so we're going to cut it a bit with yellow ochre. Honestly, I could have gone in with an even bigger brush here, and maybe I should grab one, but sometimes when you're so far into the process already, it's okay to just write it out. I'm adding some water here because I want these to have more of a transparent effect with these, so they won't, once the water kind of dries out of them, they'll be a little less intense in color. That's something I've been figuring out how to play with lately, because you have less control over the color because they change throughout the drying process. But it really helps add some depth, so it's worth the unknown, and it's kind of nice having that little bit of unknown in the process anyway. So see how it goes. I'm gonna add there. And like this, like soft color on top here. Really helps soften the edges in. This edge a little. Usually you'll have a pretty hard edge on a landscape, but sometimes you have more of a soft edge. I feel like it makes it look a bit more atmospheric. So that's what I'm doing here, and that's the reason behind it. I don't want it to look too perfect either. So just adding it in a few places. Adding a bit more of this yellowy color in. I'm going to make up another yellowy ochre color. This one's going to be quite yellow. I'm going to put this in here. Just feel like it needs it there. And there was some here. I'm going to make it more yellow. More yellow ochre on my palette here. I'm going to just use straight yellow ochre here. Just feel like that's what it's calling for. Using a fairly dry brush. I haven't added too much water to this. I like that wispy effect that it's getting. I'm going to put some in this field over here, this way. I'm going to make a line here. This is going to be the edge of this field, and then this one's going to tuck in behind. Adding a little bit of water now to this color just to help it run on a bit smoother. I don't want the flower, in my head this is like a big section of flowers, so I don't want the flowers to be completely covering. That doesn't look natural to me. It's more like a wispy, like they are in patches. Don't love that section, so I'll probably put some other color on top of that one. Get a nice green going here. Add yellow to this. A little more watery than I want it, but that's okay. We'll make a nice green up. And we'll kind of put some back on top here. And we'll kind of fade them into each other a little. It's not too perfect. I like that green though, so I'm going to add it in a couple other places so it's sitting in a few areas and feels harmonious. We'll add it over here. Pieces may be together, they may not. We'll see what comes, but I would like to have harmonious colors just in case. So we're using it across all of them. So I think that's where I want to leave it for today. I'm just going to add a little bit more yellow on this. Thicker, more scumbly. The scumbly is this area where it doesn't fully cover the paint properly. It's like dragged across. See how you can see the color coming through? It's beautiful. Honestly, I love her just like this. I think it's gorgeous. We'll see, I might add some more highlights in this section. I don't know, I kind of like how it is though, so I don't know if I want to play with it too much. Maybe I'll do a smidge more and do some highlights here. See what I think. Oh, that's a lot. I'm going to put some more yellow ochre on, and I'll need some more of the lemon. This little beauty. How bright and beautiful is she? I love her. This is more of a light. Let me do a different brush. I'll pick a smaller brush now. Maybe I'll do this brush here, because this is the one I've got ready. It's my fanning brush. Might be too small, but we'll see. More white to it. I'm happy with this brush choice. I'm going to add more white and just do like more of a lemony color. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm happy with that. Just want it to be like lightly on top. I don't want it to be too much coverage, because I don't want it to just take over either. Yeah. I like the scumbling that I've got going on in some places, so I'm making sure that I don't fully cover that up or anything. I'm going to put some over here as well. I'm trying to pick the areas where the scumbling isn't present. Put this so that I don't cover it. And I'm also just making it wispy. I'm creating some of the shapes a bit better of the landscape edges. It looks a little random on this one. It's better on this one, but I think if I add it in here, that will help. There's my 20-minute timer. So next I'm just going to put a 10-minute timer on, and I'm going to be definitely done by then. Super happy with the progress I've made in this session so far. I actually think that these smaller sessions are really like creating, almost like fostering my creativity a bit better, like less burnt out by the end of it, and then I feel like I'm more likely to paint sooner again. That's just my initial experiences with it. I haven't done time blocking in quite a while, so actually I don't know if I've ever really time blocked fully in this way. And make some marks this way, break up those shapes a little bit. It's kind of calling for like a hot pink. I was thinking orange. I was thinking an orange. That's not orange. I was thinking an orange in here, but I feel like it's calling more for like a pink. I mean, baby both. Let's throw out a pink. See what sticks. Oh, with some oil. This is Permanent Rose. And use the same brush. I just need some paper towel here. Oh my goodness. We're just gonna go for it. That's so bright. Where do I want to put this? Maybe on this field. It tucks in behind there. I just want it to be like a little bit. It's too much. I just think it'll look really wrong. But I also don't want it to be too perfect shaped. And it's going to go in this field, in behind this yellow here. A bit of a darker pink in as well. I think it looks better with the mixed. It looks more natural-ish. My nana had a flower that was similar to this color at the farm. I think it was called like Pigface or something random like that. And it was vibrant. It was the most vibrant pink flower, and it was so pretty. And she would just have like huge areas of it. Oh, I have photos somewhere. It was called Pigface. I don't know if I like it yet. It feels a little too random. But we'll have to see if it stays in the next session. Or if we just add more. And you know me, I kind of like a color explosion these days, so we will see. Put a couple flowers in a couple of spots. Looks like there. Being caught by the wind and pollinated elsewhere. Okay, this is where I'm going to stop today. I could continue forever. I'm going to stand back for a second and see what I think. It's very much still preliminary stages. I thought for a bit that I might kind of leave it at that, but I think I will definitely keep working on it. It just feels way too unresolved at this point, but I love, love, love the direction it's going in. I think it's a really solid start. So we'll see what comes next time. Thank you so, so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Today is a great day to go and create some art, so hopefully you will be in the studio as well, and you can send me some pictures or a place to go and find your art. I would love to check it out. Okay, have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.